Taoism. Alright, so we left off with Taoism, and now we return to it. There were considered to be 8 immortals of Taoism, and of these 8, I believe that each was taught by a man or a entity called the Golden Emperor. We're going to look at who the Golden Emperor is. Shocker. These are 3 of the 8 immortals, and on their heads are psilocybin mushrooms. However, the picture is a little small, so hopefully one of the slides will reveal a larger picture. But this was a bowl used by the Taoists. It was a looking glass. They would most likely take the psilocybin mushroom, which is portrayed here with the keyhole symbol. Man closely linked it to a key, which allowed him to access heaven or the heavens. And here is the artwork from which it came. And this is a looking glass that they saw the future in, or different things. Sometimes stolen objects if they were paid, or lost objects. Taoism in the Way. This is the phoenix bird. This is from China. And you see the mushroom carefully denoted on the top of the head. Okay, speaking of the head cap of the Egyptians, we've got these immortals. They were called immortals, and they were basically showing off the psilocybin mushroom in the crown, where the lotus symbol is on the left and crowns are on the middle and right. And there are close-ups of those mushrooms as you look beneath the heads. The umbo, or cap of the mushroom, the topmost part of the mushroom, or the cap stone, has the pearl of greatest worth on it, on both this central guy and this guy on the right. Again, the Taoists, they have put together a book which they had written down the sayings that they received in the spirit, and it's called the Tao Te Ching. Early Chinese spiritualism. This is a soldier, and on the soldier's crown or head, where you would expect it to be, are psilocybin mushroom cuts or bisections. And here we have a carefully depicted serpent vine. Looks like the mushroom cap, which may mean he took the mushroom as well, but it looks more like the morning glory, and you note that the face is bright red. That's 7th century. Alright, here we have another Bible illumination. This is from the 8th century, a Monrovia Bible. And in it we have birds eating psilocybin mushrooms. Note the water sign. Close up again of animals eating the mushrooms. This is kind of what the whole picture looks like. And this is from a 9th century church in Germany. It shows the tree of knowledge of good and evil with Adam and Eve at it. And they're taking from the forbidden fruit, Satan's name, which the morning glory caused Eve, or gatherer, to eat from. She was tricked. And here's an Manta muscaria cap for comparison. This is 10th and 12th century Ethiopia. These are the churches carved out of solid stone that show the windows as having mushrooms, and inside the actual temple or church are these signs or symbols with the lily cross or the Psilocybin cross and the Star of David. These are the windows of these cross churches cut out of solid stone, and they look just like Psilocybe cubensis looks. And that is, of course, because they took them at that time. This is the Amanta Muscaria 12th century French church, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. You see Eve and the serpent here. This is an artist's rendition where the serpent's head is that of a viper at the bottom, but looks fairly innocent here. Close-ups also reveal a second tree on which she stands, which symbolizes the tree of life. You can kind of see the curve of it here. But this mushroom is the rock, or God's name. So it gives a whole nother meaning to founded on the rock. Although I do not begrudge the Christian nation, because I know that it says, "Blessed are those who have not seen but believe." Alright, now we'll get to some stained glass windows of the 13th century. But it's important that you know your history, that the Greeks reversed the biblical story, with Adam and Eve being Zeus and Hera, and Athena being the imaginary deification of Eve after she ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which the serpent said will give her godlike status. So this is a centaur, and the centaur in the Greek tradition is the line of Seth, and he's standing in front of the mushroom tree, or the tree of life, a defender of it, of the faith. This is another church in Italy, and you see the centaur, or the line of Seth, who were different, of course, than the line of Cain. And they're at a tree of life, which is a palm tree, but where the dates would be are psilocybin mushrooms. Difficult to see in this picture. Alright, in Notre Dame, the 14th century, the psilocybin mushroom and Jesus Christ here. Possibly why it got burned. This is in Russia, and these are mushroom domes. We've looked at them already. 15th century. More 15th century Orthodox churches called onion domes. That's their cover, but they are representative of the mushrooms, the sacrament. And the giveaway there, St. Basil. Another stained glass window from the 16th century. This is Jesus on the cross with the saints whose halos are related to the psilocybin mushroom. Basically, psilocybin makes you fall in love with truth if you follow it to its end. And if you start out looking for truth, then you get there a lot quicker. Alright, so we'll wrap here. This is a 16th century mosaic showing Moses before the burning bush, and we'll take it up again tomorrow.